Picking up my first load of the day. It's been really slow. It's the 10th today, so tomorrow the 11th and the 12th there's supposed to be sales. So I mean, I try to put myself in the position of a customer, and I know me personally, if I wanted to really buy something and I knew that a sale was approaching, I would try to hold off. I'm hoping my mindset is right. I'm hoping that things do pick up a little bit, because it's not good all the time, man. It's not good all the time, and when it's slow, it definitely keeps you like second guessing, you know, because you're like, damn, man, is it gonna be slow all the time? Is it gonna, you know, am I not gonna make money this week? Well, you know, because then you don't want to put yourself behind. But picking up right now, waiting for them to let us in. It says 43 miles, but I think I can cut a few miles if I drop off at my second location and then go to where they have me dropping off first. But we'll see we'll see what happens, y'all. Let's ride this out, and yeah, let's make this money. So I'm in the middle of doing my first route of the day, and so when you do routes for Amazon, you're able to you're not really able to choose, but if you post your truck, you can determine like, hey, I only want to do one pickup and one drop off, or I could do as many as, you know, 5 or 6 stops, or I don't care how many stops you give me, just as long as you compensate me reasonably, then I'm gonna go ahead and leave it as any. So basically, the reason I say that is because in the past, a really big strategy with people would be to post your truck, or when you book routes, to only get 2 stops, because basically you would just pick up from a facility and drop off at another facility. And that's still something that works, and it's still something that Amazon does. But for the most part, excuse me, for the most part, when you're doing local routes, something that I've noticed that Amazon has started to do is they've started to add multiple stops to that route. So what would have been a 2-stop route in the past is now something that is a 3-stop route, because you're picking up at 1 location and you're dropping off at 2 locations, or you're dropping off at 3 locations. It's up to whatever that load says, or whatever happens. So me, I've seen that I've been able to get more routes because when I do post my truck where it says how many stops are you willing to do, I just leave it at any. And especially with local routes, I can understand why they do that, because in the past they would have paid 2 drivers to do each route, and in reality it doesn't fill up my truck. I picked up 3 pallets, and I dropped 1 off here, and I'm dropping 2 off at my next location. So, which brings me to the next point. So you have to think really smart. You have to try to use as least miles as possible. If you can avoid driving more, then definitely, you know, understand that you want to make that possible. So I guess basically what I'm trying to say, or initially what I'm trying to say, is that I had this route that I picked up in a certain location, and it wanted me to go. It was a total of 43 miles, which is not that much, but it wanted me to pick up at a certain location. It wanted me to drop off going east, and then it wanted me to come back to the same exit of the freeway where I picked up, and drive like 5 miles down the road and drop off there. So to me, it didn't make sense, because I parked my truck next to like where I'm dropping off, technically where I was supposed to go for my first drop off. But what I noticed is that since I was off of the same exit, what I did was I just went to my second drop instead, drove 5 miles down the road, and then now from here I'm gonna drive to what should have been my first stop, and that's 21 miles. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a total of 26 miles instead of driving 43 miles. So definitely cut my trip in half. And this is not something that you're gonna run to all the time, because sometimes, I say majority of the time, they do it to where it makes sense, to where if you pick up here, you're gonna drop off here and then over there, or whatever, vice versa. And so you won't really run into that issue. But if you do happen to see that, and you're used to like seeing like, okay, I know that this city and this city are near each other, there's no reason for me to make my trip even longer. So just a little thing, as you can see right here, it's right there, it says two pallets, a total of 429 cartons for 800 pounds, and then one right here, let's see right there, one pallet right there. And that's right, that's the one that I just dropped off. So really easy work right now. It's been really slow, you guys, super duper slow. But there is a sale approaching tomorrow, and I know that people like me or people that are more reserved, or that want to shop a lot smarter, we're gonna wait to the sale and just hold off a few days if we're already gonna buy those things anyway, and see if they go on sale. So haven't really been recording because I haven't really had the busiest times, but I do want to highlight that there is, you know, bad parts. It's not just always good. You're not always going to have a good day. You're not always going to make the type of money that you want to make. And when you don't do that consistently for a few days, you start to panic, because, you know, naturally you say, damn, man, maybe, you know, this shit's dying. But we got to stay consistent. We got to stay positive. We got to stay disciplined. We got to attract that positive energy. You know what I mean? And so I'm a big believer in that. I've kind of steered away from that. So maybe I feel like I haven't been putting all my focus on that. When I do put my focus on that, good things tend to happen, because maybe I'm more consistent, or maybe I'm more effective in the way that I post my truck. I'm not sure. But I just gotta, you know, at least me, I pray to God that he helps me pull through. And then I just gotta do the rest. But yeah, man, so we're gonna go finish this route right now. Let's work smart, let's work hard, you know, let's continue to make money. Let's fucking do this shit, dude. Let's do this shit. I'm fucking excited, bro. Another load today, my second load. I got one earlier a few hours ago, and then I just ended up getting one right now. And the reason that I wanted to record this is because of the way that I got the load. So I posted my truck, I was on the load board, didn't see anything, you know, and the ones that I did see, I ended up getting beat to, somebody beat me to them, so I wasn't able to do them. And so earlier today I had a route, and right now I'm doing this route, but none of these were technically anything that I assigned to myself. So what I've done throughout my time is I've networked with people, and I actually, before getting into this industry, I already knew some people, and that's why I was able to make that leap, you know, that and get into trucking. And so I have a friend that I always hit them up, and I say, hey, I don't have anything today. If you have something that you guys can't do, just please let me know. I'm available from this time to this time. And they just so happened to tell me, hey, I have one at this time, which was the one earlier. And then I went home and they hit me up and they're like, hey, I have another one right now at 10. Do you want to do it? And I said, hell yeah, perfect, because I wasn't getting anything, you know. And I was starting to get really down on myself, because, you know, not every day is positive, not every day. And so today wasn't my day at all. Actually, yesterday and today weren't my days at all. They didn't really fall in my favor. And I'm really grateful, because had I not ever built this relationship with this person, I would have never hit them up, and they would have never gave me this load. Which brings me to the other thing is, whenever you meet these people, as you meet these drivers, you know, introduce yourself. Ask them if they have their own truck, if this is their truck or whatever. They're going to tell you yes or no, I drive for somebody. And if they say yes, you know, exchange numbers. tell them, hey, you know what? I'm a really reliable person. I'm all about my performance. I never let it go below a certain thing because of these and these reasons. And if you're down, you know, sometimes I get routes that I'm not able to do. I'm able to give those to you if you're available. And same thing, vice versa. If you have anything, or if I hit you up and you got something, just, you know, feel free to assign that to me. And that's worked in my favor because, for example, like today, just without even going to any other examples, had I not hit them up, I would have never got these 2 routes. And so now I went from making $0 to pretty much close to 500 bucks. And this route is 38 miles and the one earlier was 26 miles. So it's not bad at all. You know, I take up very little time, and it's not easy work because it's, you know, at different times of the day, so it's very spontaneous. But you know what, I feel a lot better now than I did going into the day because I didn't have anything, you know. And so that's why networking and building those relationships is very important, and building yourself as a reliable person, because especially if you're doing work for somebody else, do not let them down, because they're never going to trust you. They're never going to give you work, and that's it, you're done. And communicate with that person. Let them know, like, yo, hey, I'm on my way to go pick up my, I just got in my truck, or hey, I'm on my way to go pick up the load, or my truck is loaded. You don't have to say all, you know, throughout the whole thing, but just usually what I do is I'll say, hey, I'm there, just so that they know that I'm not gonna be there late and affect their performance, and then I let them know when I'm done, and that's it. And so unless they hit me up along the way, and then I'll tell them, update them on where I'm at. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get in there. I'm actually gonna eat, you know, very important that we make our own food. But I'm actually gonna eat, get in there, load my truck, and we'll go from there. See you later. Let's make some money. What up, you guys? So I'm chilling at home right now. I had a route earlier, like at 4 in the morning. It ended up getting canceled. And you know, it's kind of crazy because the route was 66 miles. Technically about, if we include the deadhead, add another 11 miles or so to that. So about 70 something miles away. And I got to the pickup location, to the Amazon, and they told me it got canceled. So I ended up making 175. I was supposed to make I believe 240 or 250 for doing that route. It was just a pickup at one Amazon, drop off at the next Amazon, super duper easy. And so I was like, whatever, dude, I'll do it. And the good thing though is, when you really put it in perspective, had I drove 60 whatever miles to go drop off, plus then came back, you know, I would have probably no, I wouldn't have probably, I would have wasted more money on gas. So I ended up, I guess, making more at the end of the day than off of that one route than if I would have had to have done it. So that kind of worked out in my favor, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Haven't got anything else though, and it's really unusual because well, it's really humbling actually, because I went through like 3 months, you know, where I was just, I couldn't do anything wrong. I was getting routes all the time, posting my truck, they were getting fulfilled. And you know, I always had consistent work. I was last month I made like 12K. I only spent about, you know, $1,800 in gas the whole month. Like my rate per mile was really good, you know, and it saddens me because I start to see myself trend upward, and then I hit you know, a downward freaking spiral like what's going on with me right now. It's been about 3 or 4 days since I've actually got any work through Amazon personally. I have been getting loads, but that's only because, oh, look, so it brings me to another point. Networking is super important because I hit up one of my friends. They ended up giving me a route. Had it not been for them, I would not have had any work the last couple of days. And I was really, really, really down on myself. I've actually been really, really down on myself. Actually, right now, I feel like I'm barely kind of getting over that hump where I'm about to like get over this little rut that I'm in and try to, you know, be on the trend upward again, you know? You kind of steer away from certain things. So I'd be lying to you guys if I said I wasn't stressed out, or if I told you guys that I wasn't worried, or if I told you guys that I haven't been anxious because I haven't seen the loads. Because you know, that's definitely a lie. I'm definitely worried. I definitely feel anxious because I haven't been seeing the work or anything like that. But that doesn't stop me, you know, because I know that I've gone through certain slow periods like this. And technically I know I could have made more money had I been doing everything on my own, or at least if everything was how it's been previously, even just last week. But, fortunately, since I do, you know, I have met some pretty cool people along the way, and they know that I'm reliable. They were able to, you know, to hire me on to their company as an independent contractor. And then I was able I'm able to do routes for them, I guess. So pretty dope. Today I've only got one route, like I've said. It's been keeping me pretty down because I'm the type of person where I want to, I mean, I don't know who is not like this, but I definitely want to be successful. You know, I want to be successful. And when you're on that road to success, I guess, if any bump on the road or anything goes, you know, opposite of what you're trying to accomplish, it's like a horrible feeling, y'all. Like super, super frustrating. But, you know, that's what makes me want to make this video, because I kind of wanted to give you guys some like words of encouragement, you know, because I was doing so good, or normally I do so well, and I just hit like this one little stretch of a couple of days where I didn't make any money. At least, like I'm saying, through like my profile, I've been getting work through them, like I said. But I just wanted to give you guys some words of encouragement. So there's 3 or 4 things I'd say that I think are very essential in order for you to be successful in this industry. And they're not like, I guess they're traits, they're habits that you have to create and stuff like that in order for you to be able to be successful. And the first thing that you need to do is you need to be consistent. Without consistency, you're gonna quit. You know, you're not gonna want to do all the work that needs to be done, you know. And I guess with every day you should be waking up and saying like, okay, I need to get to work, or you should have that weekly goal and tell yourself, okay, this is how much I need to make every day because I want to work 5, 6, 7 days this week. And if I know that if I don't make my goal on these days, then that just puts more pressure for me to get more work the following days. And you know, and that's what's gonna keep you from quitting, because whenever you guys want to quit, at least what I've told myself is, you know, just keep going. Just keep going, dude. Do not quit, you know. At least me, I think it's easy for me to tell myself that because I've seen, you know, that I've seen the money that I'm able to make. So I know that it's possible for me to make that money as long as I stay consistent. You know, if you keep finding reasons to not work or do stuff like that, you're not gonna last very long, because you're just gonna, you know, end up defeating yourself. There's no way that you're gonna sustain unless you get, you know, a good paying route where you know, just so happen to work very little. Then, you know, that's completely different. But you know, it sounds cliche, but that's, I feel, is the most important trait that you could build within yourself. And that's where I feel like I'm like
85% of the way there, you know, because the route that I did this morning, I technically messed up. I booked it thinking that the route was for next Thursday, and technically it was like 1 a.m. Today is Thursday. It was like 1 a.m. and I booked the route. I booked the route 66 miles, the one that ended up getting canceled, but I still got paid. And I had not slept, y'all. I had not slept. And I went to go assign myself as the driver, and I'm like, wait, why is this thing all the way up top? Because it goes by date. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, I booked it for the wrong day. Dude, I messed up. So I hadn't slept. So I did have to, sacrifice, a little bit of my time. I have a brother that does trucking at night too. So what I did is I just called him, and I just talked to him on the phone pretty much the whole time, which that kept me awake. I don't condone, and I wouldn't tell you to drive while you're tired, because it's pretty dangerous. And if you are, I understand that you have to do what you have to do, but just either try to keep yourself busy by talking to somebody, or if you're the type of person that can watch, listen to something and stay awake, then try to do that. If you have to go the route where you get coffee or an energy drink and something like that, then you have to do that. But just try not to make that a daily habit for health reasons as well, It's easier said than done, because when you're not making the money and you need to make something, at least me, I'm gonna sacrifice sleep. At least if it's only one day. If it's every day, I'm not gonna do it, obviously. But if it's every once in a while, I'm okay with sacrificing sleep in order for me to get the job done, because this is my career. This is how I'm gonna feed my family. This is how I'm gonna save for my future. You know what I mean? This is how I'm gonna be able to invest into different assets. This is how I'm gonna be able to grow. So if I'm not being consistent with it and I'm not taking it serious, it's only a matter of time before I quit. And I've said this before, but if you join this industry or any type of entrepreneur thing where you want to work like an employee, like have set hours, like, and not work the dedicated amount of hours, however many amount of hours it takes, then you're not going to be successful. When I first started, I had left the bank and I wanted to work, I didn't want to work nights. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do that. I would get frustrated when I would work over like 6 hours and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, like, you're never going to do anything. And it wasn't until that shift in my head, mentally, until it changed, that it started to get easier for me to go to work. It started to become a lot better for me to work. It's not a drag for me to go to work anymore. I actually enjoy doing what I'm doing right now. And, but that's that, with consistency, there's only so much that we can do, right? It is what it is. We can only take it one day at a time, or one goal at a time. And no matter, you could be as consistent as you want to be, y'all, but without a goal, without any pre-planned goals, any achievements that you're trying to do, you're just gonna end up disappointing yourself. So the last couple of weeks, just to put you in my perspective, I don't feel like I feel like my energy kind of shifted, and I'm a pretty spiritual person, I know that not everybody is like that, but me personally, I pray to God, and I kind of steered away from it, and I truly feel that when my energy is not right, I'm not attracting, the type of energy I'm putting out is what I'm attracting in. And I really do believe that. I really do. But that's enough of that. So the second thing that I feel like you guys really need is discipline. I always say it, stay disciplined, stay consistent, let's make money. Because if discipline will help you cure most things that you lack. So me, I'm a big procrastinator. At least I still procrastinate with certain things, but when it comes to my work, I've gotten past that. Don't get me wrong, like I am human. I will make mistakes. I don't expect anybody to be flawless, but one thing is that I am a big believer that discipline will get you through procrastination. Discipline will get you through consistency. Discipline will help you make the money that you want to make, because you want to, let's say you want to buy yourself a pair of shoes or something, but you know you have to pay this, or you know that you have to make a certain amount of money before you can touch that money. You're not going to be able to do it without discipline. If you have that lack of discipline, you're just going to continue to go in there and not save any of your money. You're not going to have any goals. You're not going to get to where you want to get to. And consistency and discipline, they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand, and without one, you will not have the other, because if you're disciplined, if you're consistent with being disciplined, it's the same fucking shit. You're gonna win at the end of this. So I don't want to get too philosophical with all this stuff, you guys, but just listen. It's common sense. Nobody does anything special when it comes to trucking. All we do is remain available. We remain available. We're consistently on the load board. We're disciplined, where if we get a load, let's say at 4 a.m., we're not gonna go party it up before that. At least I'm not. I don't know how y'all work, but I'm not gonna go party before that one, and because I don't want to jeopardize either being late or whatever, not showing up or whatever to that load, because then I'm screwed. I'm not gonna make money. I'm gonna lose my early access, and then you're fucked after that. And then I guess the last couple of things, or the last thing, would just be just to be reliable. If you're consistent, if you're consistently showing up to the work and you're not rejecting any loads, you build reliability. If your performance stays up, you're on time, you don't reject any loads, there's no disruptions while you're driving, and you're using the app, you'll always, I wouldn't say you'll always have good work, because I have early access right now and I don't see anything on my end. But being reliable is probably, I'd say, the most important thing that you could do. Or yeah, proving that you're reliable is the most important thing that you can do, especially when you're networking with other drivers. Because if you're in a situation like I am right now, where I haven't been getting any work, had those people not trusted in me that I'm going to be there on time, or had I done work for them and been late or rejected the load because I fucked up, dude, they're never going to help me out with work, ever. And so the fact that you can build that reliability, it gives you so many more options, And, just, I'd say that's it, man. As long as you're disciplined and you're consistent, there's no reason why you won't make money and why you won't do it. You have to be delusional in a way, You have to think that you're going to be successful even when nobody else thinks that you're going to be successful. You have to be a good planner, man. And that's the last thing that I need to work on myself. I need to get better at organizing my day and setting weekly goals. There was a time where I was setting weekly goals, and I would break them down by day. And every week I would, kind of do a little check-in and make sure that I'd have that task or that goal done by that certain time. And I feel that if we do stuff like that, it's only going to be better for us, But that's enough rambling, y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. It's gonna get better right now. We're about to hit peak season. People are about to start spending money. It's really slow for me right now, but I'm not gonna let it stop me. And you know what? If Amazon doesn't want to help me with making money, I'm not one of those people that's just gonna I guess I'm gonna what do you say? I'm gonna adapt, that's another thing that you guys should think about, is adapting. But I'm gonna adapt because I need to see what's gonna work out for me. As much as I love working for Amazon, I truly do. I love working for Amazon. They treat me so good. It's easy work, whatever. But just know that not every week is gonna be good, y'all. Not every week is gonna be good. Nobody does anything special. Don't let these people trick you that they're doing all this stuff. They're just on the load board consistently with early access, you know, trying to get the hot routes that are gonna go out that day. Or they're on there on the days that the loads get posted for the next week. And you know, they're posting their truck. They just know, like, okay, that person knows, okay, so I like to drive up to this many miles and I want to make at least this much money. And those people know, okay, I've already submitted how many posted trucks with this exact information and they've been getting booked, so I'm going to keep it there, you know. So nobody does anything special. We just have to stay consistent. You know, if I do see that I'm doing something crazy or something that is helping me get more money, like anything that I'm putting on my posted trucks, you know, I'll go ahead and tell you guys. But I'm not an expert. If y'all know anything, or y'all can give me some advice, you know, or y'all want to network and, you know, okay, how about this? If any of y'all out there are in like the Inland Empire, Orange County, LA, San Diego area, if you guys are doing local work, and you guys are already working for Amazon or whatever, if you guys are reliable enough, you know, we can try to like network amongst each other, like create like a little network group amongst us. And you know, you can, like, let's say for example, like what I do with my friend is I'll say, hey, I'm available from this time to this time. I don't have any routes. If any of you guys have any routes, you know, through the group, just let me know. I'll make sure that I do it for you. And then we could just make sure that we do it properly, so that at the end of the year, we're able to deduct that as an expense, you know, so that you don't get taxed on that, and that other person, whoever's doing the work, does. But I'm willing to do whatever it takes for all of us to win. And if we can all create like some sort of thing, you know, I wouldn't let everybody into this thing, because not everybody is reliable. It's easy to say that you're reliable, but if like we can prove to each other, like either by doing like a screenshot of our performance or saying like that, like I don't mind doing that, because you'll see I've done over 200 routes in this many weeks, and I'm at 100% or I'm at 99%, you know. As long as those things match, then I don't mind doing something like that, because then that just gives us, all of us, more of an opportunity to make money. But we've already been talking so long, y'all. I hope we all win together, man. We cannot quit. We cannot quit. And if we feel like quitting, just remember, Amazon is not the only way that you can make money. DAT is not the only way that you can make money. You can always try to get hired on to like a furniture company and deliver for them, or like IKEA, you know, Uline, direct shippers, you know, if you're willing to make those calls. And if not, dude, we can always just adapt and change our company. I know it's Shift and DOT and stuff like that, but we can always adapt, create a separate company, and make it a moving company. Utilize our box trucks to move people locally, you know what I mean? There's so many things that we could do. We just have to find the thing that works well for us, you know? And we will all be successful with the right mindset, with the right plan. But I'll leave y'all. Peace.